Hi guys,
I'm Gracie.
And I'm Damon. Welcome to today's video. It's been a minute since you guys saw us on this platform. I feel like it has been ages. Yeah, I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's been ages.
Yeah. But honestly, we have missed you guys so much. It's so good to see you and good to be back. We just decided to do a video to come in here and check in on you guys, find out how have you guys been since the last time we did a video together. Do you remember the last time we did a video?
No, it's been almost 9 months.
9 months?
Yeah.
It's more than that.
No, maybe 9 months at most.
I think the last video we did, we were talking about opening church.
Did we not do a video after that?
After we opened church is when we did a video.
Yeah, then it's been over a year.
Yeah, it's been a long time, guys. Yeah. But the last time we were here, we were still trying to figure out our direction in terms of life and journey. But we just thought that it would be good to come and talk to you guys again, because now we feel like we have found some sort of balance. I don't know.
We're a bit settled. I think that's the word.
Yeah.
We're a bit more settled. Yeah, because I think the last time we were on here, too much was happening. Like a lot was happening.
Yeah.
Too many transitions, so much change. And so we saw it fit to just take a break and first find a balance.
Yeah.
And then once we get our rhythm, we can come back. But it was also a debate on whether we are coming back or not.
Yeah, very long debate.
Because we were wondering, we're coming back, what are we gonna tell guys? What's that gonna look like?
Yeah.
Because of now the new dynamic of our lives. But we figured every platform is an opportunity for ministry, and so we're back.
Yeah, and also this platform served as our little therapy session for our marriage. So I think that's what I would say for myself. It's how when we come here and talk about our marriage, talk about raising children and interacting with you guys, I feel like that's a dimension of our lives that used to give us a lot of clarity when we get an opportunity to sit down and talk about these things. But yes, of course, the thought of the balance between the two, because now we are pastors pastoring a whole church. So how does the social media space work in line with what God has called us to do in terms of ministry? But then I think the first couple of years have been rough because it was building ministry from scratch. I don't know how that journey has been for you. Maybe you can share with us your experiences, your lessons that you've learned since opening church and being ordained into full-time ministry.
I think I'd say it was a different experience for me. I don't think for you it was, because you'd done it before.
Yeah, I've always been.
You'd started a ministry on your own.
Yeah.
So you had somewhat experience, if I could say so myself.
Yeah.
But now I now joined him, and now we're starting church, and church is a whole different ball game from ministry where you meet once a month.
Yeah.
Now church, the flock is your responsibility, and then there's the horror stories of first ladies and how they're treated. Like, as in, for me, it was so much. There was so much going on in my mind. But I think God has been really gracious. It has stretched me in terms of my personality. For those of you who don't know, I am a very serious introvert.
Yeah.
But getting into ministry, it had to stretch my personality where I have to interact with people, be present, because the whole point of being a shepherd is that you have to take care of the flock, and you can't take care of the flock if you don't interact with them.
Yeah.
And so for me, it has been a stretching, it has been a pulling from each side in each direction. But I think each step of the way, it has been about me and God. It has really also put me in a space where I got to know who my true friends are. Yeah. It really just showed me the truth of what was going on around me, because I got to realize that some seasons isolation is literally your cup of tea, and I got into that space. But it was good for me to be able to really hear what God wanted from me as a newly ordained minister, what he expected of my life, what he expected of my assignment. So it's been an interesting journey. It's been a growth journey, and at no point is growth easy. At no point is growth painless. There's a lot of I'd say pain. Yeah. I'd say stretching, I'd say. All those things that come with growth. But it's been a beautiful journey, like getting to interact with so many different people, different personalities, getting to love on people, loving on people the way Jesus loves on people. Because when you get into pastorhood, you have to love people like Jesus loves them.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they don't do.
That's selflessness.
Yes, you have to literally just love on them like Jesus did. Because then that becomes your assignment and your assignment over their lives. And it's not the easiest thing to do, but it has been fulfilling. Being able to watch people grow in the things of God, grow in their relationship.
Yeah.
It has been a beautiful journey. How about you?
Yeah. I think I just wanted to go back to what you said, that like discovering who your true friends are.
Ooh.
I think with responsibility such as ministry, there is a toll that it has on people, and especially ministers, that most people don't get to know.
Yeah.
That I always had people saying that it is lonely at the top. It's lonely when you're a pastor. It's lonelier when you're a pastor because you're surrounded by so many people. You're surrounded by a crowd, but yet you're always alone. Yeah. So what you said, you said like discovering who your true friends are, then you discover there's none.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's like you lost all your friends.
Yeah, everybody ran. I don't know where they ran to.
Yeah.
But I found myself alone, literally. It's been interesting because I'm still trying to find a level of interaction with people. Because now I have to be very careful who I let in. Because there's a way that you people, I'll say you people because you're part of the everybody, view pastors. I don't know who, like, I think people decide that once you become a pastor, it's like you change. But we're still the same exact people we were, just with the responsibility over our head that we didn't have. It's the same way when people get married and then their single friends run. Where are you going? Like, I'm still the same person. I just have a new responsibility. So yeah, it's interesting. It's been a me and God kind of situation for about a year and a half now. But it's okay. It is well.
But in moments of isolation is when you discover a lot of things about yourself. And in terms of even the amount of strength that you have. I once taught that the scripture that says that God will never put on you what he has not put in you. He will never allow for you to be tempted beyond what you are able to handle. It basically talks about the fact that every temptation or every situation that comes your way, it comes not to show you how weak you are, but it comes to show you how strong you are and what God has deposited in you that you wouldn't know if that situation ever presented itself. I think that level of clarity that comes, I think it's supposed to be every minister's journey to remove to take your eyes off of people and your expectations off of people, so that you can begin to depend on God 100%. And that your expectations are pointed towards God. But for me I think it was quite a scary experience. People might not know this, but it was a very scary experience for me. Because before I was doing a ministry, and with a ministry there is no element of permanence. It's a ministry, you can close it. These people are not coming to you every Sunday. They have other places where they go on Sunday, so they are coming to you during the week. And it was easier then. But now when we started the church, it was like having another marriage within a marriage. Because this is
permanence.
And I can say for a fact that I think starting the church has had a toll on our marriage. Would you agree?
Yes and no. I think it's one of those, it's like teething problems. It's like, when a baby is teething, they'll have diarrhea. They'll have the pain and the irritation. And it's one of those things where you're trying to figure out, where do I stand in this ministry thing? Where do we stand? What's my responsibility? What's your responsibility? And it becomes a bit of murky waters. But
finding the balance, because if you ask me, I think that since we started church has been advancing, the ministry is doing well, the people are doing well, but I feel like at some point it's like we stagnated in our lives,
as human beings, outside of ministry,
outside of the ministry. So the ministry is growing because we have dedicated this, like, our energy, our time into it, and then now our personal lives now, it's like we put them
on hold
on a shelf. So that has been quite an interesting journey for us.
I think when you speak about our lives being on hold, it's the same way, like, if you, I don't want to use as an example. It's like when you newly get married, and then you're so engrossed in the marriage that you forget about you. At some point, you stop doing the things you used to do alone, because now you feel like your responsibility is to your partner, is to this marriage, and you forget that there's a part of your individual person that you need to grow. And I feel that's what happened with church, that now it became, our marriage is another story, and we had things back to back. We still do, but now we are trying to find a level of, we have balance. To intentionality as well of our marriage still needs to stand. We have so many things to do to make sure that as we stand, the church stands, that nothing suffers. But I think, talking about strength and what you can do, I've been able to do things that I never would have done if we didn't start ministry. I started a women's ministry.
Which is doing quite well. I think, women's ministry is even an understatement to try and define
what
you
it
guys
is.
are doing.
It's the women's ministry is the easy way to say it. But it's bigger than just a women's ministry. And the amount of growth we've had, we turned a year in July. But the amount of things we have done, we are yet to do. The vision is bigger than us. I have a team of about 10 amazing, phenomenal women who are behind me with a vision. And I'm just like, something like that I would never have dreamt of doing if we never started church. And if I never went through the isolation period, because these are the moments where God is telling you, this is what I need you to do. This is how I need you to do it. And you're able to pick it up faster because you don't have too many voices. Because I feel that if I still had some people around me, they'd have told me why it would not work, why it should not be done, why I should wait. But God was like, you're going into the deep because I'm going with you.
I think it's also beautiful to see what comes out on the other side of obedience.
Oh yes.
When God calls you into something that is clearly bigger than you, beyond what you can be able to imagine. Because I remember how scared we were when we now decided to say yes. Now we are going out to start this church, and we were asking ourselves, who is going to come? Who are we going to minister to? Things like that. Like, you're wondering, where are the resources going to come from? Like, this is another responsibility. And yet now we are able to see what God can do with just simple obedience, and how many people can be touched, lives transformed, because you chose to obey what God wanted you to do from the beginning. So this could be even for someone who God has been talking to you and asking you to do something for a very long time, but you've always been afraid and been scared. I think this is just to encourage you and let you know that when you step out in obedience, you don't have to see the whole picture for you to move in faith.
Yes.
I think that's a powerful thing to say. But on the other side of obedience, there's always a grace that is released. There's always something amazing on the other side of it. It's just the fear that we have to get rid of. But it's been amazing to also see how the kids are interacting in this new space of ministry.
Oh yeah.
So
Karibu, we forget to have kids. The kids.
you hear them in the house now singing the songs that we singing on Sunday.
And they'll even wake up and they're like, are we going to church today? And they're like, no.
It's like, it's on Tuesday.
Today's not Sunday. And just also seeing them grow in their spiritual life. I think it's one thing to bring up the children in the way they should grow, and they will never depart from it. And I think we imagine that it's just teaching them the songs we sang in Sunday school, but it's about teaching them how to pray.
Yeah.
That one day my daughter came and told me, "Mommy, I don't know how to pray like you." And so I had to interrogate, what do you mean you don't know how to pray like me? So I'm a pacer. Like when I pray, I walk up and down. And so she started walking up and down. And so she was telling me she doesn't know how to pray like that. I was like, no, it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to be able to see that we can model the God life for them to actually see and practice. Like now they won't let me leave the house without praying over them. There's just certain things that they understand that you have to do in order for you to understand who God is, and just teaching them about God and things about God. It's just beautiful to also watch them interact and tell each other, even rebuke each other that no, that is not good. You know, it's really, really a beautiful journey. But I think above all is it's a journey. Like we've said journey so many times, but that's what it is. It's a journey. We're still growing. We're still learning. We've made our fair share of mistakes. We'll make a whole lot more mistakes because it's not something we have the blueprint for. We're just going as God guides. And it is a beautiful journey. It's not the easiest. And just to tell you guys, if you have a pastor, pray for your pastors. I think it's something that's not said enough. The flock always wants the pastor to pray for them. But ain't nobody praying for your man of God.
I actually wanted to talk about that because it's like the minute we did the video, because there's this video we did that so many of you watched that video. I think it's one of our videos that did very well. We did a whole video saying why we don't go to church. And then after that, a couple of months, like 3 months later, God says, now you are going to open church.
Oh, Lord.
And now it's like, now looking back at all the things that we said in that video, and in retrospect now for why we didn't want to go to church, because I remember one of the things that was coming out so strongly was church hurt and expectations and things like that, and how we've been hurt. But now when you are the subject on the other side, it's like now you have more grace.
It's a whole different ball game.
I don't know, but I discovered something about ministry and about life in general, is that you'll always be a villain in someone's story.
Oh, you will.
You can never be a hero to everyone.
You cannot be. And if you are a hero to everyone, you're being fake. You are fake. You're not even being fake. You are fake. Because there is something about you that will irritate someone. There is something about you that won't sit right with someone. People will always find faults in anything you do. I'm almost certain there are people who are not happy that I'm running a women's ministry, and a successful one at that, because it is successful, if I do say so myself. I'm sure there are people who are like, why her? I'm sure there are people who are like, why them?
Even in the ministry, there are people who have been hurt in the same environment that there are other people
who are growing and being blessed. So there's always going to be someone talking about you, and not always in a good light. And you have to be okay. I was with a minister the other day, and she told me, if you're going to do ministry, your skin has to be 5 layers. Like you have to have toughest skin. Because it's not easy, and people will say anything. I think people think because we are the representations of God on this earth, which we all are. Even you, who is not a man of God, who is not a woman of God, who's not a pastor, that's what we are called to be. But there's a way that people look at us as these people, and if we slip for a second, now you are evil, you should be thrown in the dustbin or whatever. But you have to get like really tough skin, and so we are learning, we're growing, and we're excited. So that's what we've been up to.
It's always interesting to me how we always expect grace to come from the pulpit, but we never want to give grace to
extend grace to the pulpit.
That part is also we always want to be the ones who are accepted. And I think also we ministers have made that image of ourselves, because we have how should I say, we have deified ourselves. Like we have presented ourselves to be like deities.
But I don't think it's an us thing.
I think also to some degree, as pastors, there's a way we have positioned us. Like, for example, this is the reason why I think having this channel is so important for us, is because people can get to see our humanity and see us as human beings and not as this religious figure. You know, like someone can almost think that you don't eat. because of how spiritual you are and
You
how
don't sleep.
you come to present God.
Yeah.
So to them, they even think you don't go through things like the same way they are going through things. And what you said about people celebrating and appreciating their pastors, I think is something that we ought to do more often. I had a minister teaching the other day, and he was saying that he likes evangelists, but evangelists will hold one crusade meeting, and that's it, and have like 30,000, 100,000 people, but that's it. But a pastor is someone who will be there for you, who will walk with you, who will come to your sick bed when you're sick. Is a person who will stand by you when everything is going wrong. And so but we don't value our pastors most of the time because of that aspect. But a pastor is called to nurture. He's called to shepherd. He is not called to perform miracle signs and wonders. And so God will never give them those miracle signs and wonders because that's not their responsibility. Their responsibility is to take care of you. And sometimes we bypass or pass over the people who are taking care of us, and then we go and be a blessing to people who only minister to us once in a while, bypassers on the road.
So that's us. That's where we've been. That's what we've been up to. Hopefully we'll keep this up.
So in the comment section below, first of all, now this is what we are going to do. Let's make an agreement and let's make a deal. Let's see if you guys really want us to go back to doing these videos that we used to do. Now, number one, the first thing I want you to do is to comment down below and let us know. Just tell us that you would want us to continue, and tell us what kind of videos you would want to see us doing more of from our previous history and things like that. And then number two, I want you to share this video on Instagram. Like it, share it on Instagram, and tag us. Myself at Damon Shunet on Instagram, and Prophetess Grace at Grace _Shunet on Instagram. Share it on Insta stories, and we will repost. And then in the next video, we will be able to give you a post notification shout out. Thank you guys, and it's so good to see you here. Welcome. It's good to be back home and to just see you again. Thank you for watching this. God bless you. Did you say? Bye.
Bye.